Hey, I'm Evelyn Hart. Welcome back to my little corner of the world. I'm 82 years old now, and after living through so many years of life, one thing I've truly learned is this: not every person who enters your life brings peace to it. Some people quietly drain your energy. Some leave you emotionally exhausted after every conversation. And some slowly pull you away from yourself, without you even realizing it at first. When we're younger, we try so hard to keep everyone happy. We ignore bad behavior. We tolerate disrespect. We hold on to people who damage our peace simply because we don't want to seem selfish, rude, or difficult. But age changes the way you see people. After enough heartbreak, disappointment, emotional exhaustion, and life experience, you begin understanding something very important. Protecting your peace is not selfish. It's necessary. And honestly, some of the biggest regrets of my life came from keeping the wrong people close to me for far too long. So today, I just want to quietly talk with you about the kinds of people I've learned to stay away from, not out of anger or bitterness, but out of self-respect, emotional healing, and protecting the little peace we have in this life. And before we begin, I want to say something small from my heart. I know many of you quietly watch these videos, listen for a little while, and then leave without subscribing. And truly, I hold no complaint in my heart for that. But at 82 years old, I'm sharing the deepest lessons, peaceful truths, and emotional wisdom life has taught me, hoping these words might help someone feel a little lighter, a little less alone, or a little more understood. So if these conversations bring you comfort, if they help you slow down, reflect, and reconnect with yourself for even a few moments, I'd truly love for you to stay and become part of this little family by subscribing. Because here, we're not just watching videos together. We're slowly becoming calmer, wiser, softer, and stronger together too. One thing life slowly teaches you, often very painfully, is that not everyone deserves unlimited access to your heart. Some people enter your life carrying warmth, honesty, and kindness. They make difficult days feel softer somehow, but others leave you emotionally tired in ways you cannot always explain. At this age, I've learned that emotional exhaustion is one of the quietest forms of suffering. It doesn't always look dramatic from the outside. Sometimes it's simply sitting alone after talking to someone, feeling strangely heavy inside, feeling anxious for no clear reason, feeling like your spirit has been pulled in too many directions for too long. I remember spending years trying to keep peace with people who only brought chaos into my life. And the saddest part is, many of us don't even realize it's happening at first. We excuse their behavior because we love them. We tell ourselves they're just stressed, wounded, or going through a difficult season. And sometimes that's true. But eventually, there comes a moment when you realize you have been abandoning yourself in order to keep someone else comfortable. That realization changes you quietly. One kind of person I've learned to stay away from is the one who constantly makes everything about themselves. No matter what you're going through, the conversation somehow returns to their problems, their feelings, their needs. Your pain becomes invisible beside theirs. Your exhaustion gets ignored. And after enough years of giving emotional support without receiving any in return, something inside you begins to feel deeply lonely. I used to think love meant endless understanding, But now I believe healthy love includes mutual care. It includes emotional presence. It includes noticing when someone else is tired too. Relationships should not feel like emotional survival. And then there are people who only appear when life is convenient for them. Oh, age teaches you about those people eventually. They disappear during your hardest moments, but return when they need comfort, attention, forgiveness, or help. And because you have a soft heart, you welcome them back again and again, hoping maybe this time things will feel different. But patterns reveal truth more honestly than words ever do. I think one of the most painful experiences in life is realizing someone loved your usefulness more than they loved you. That realization can break your heart quietly, especially when you spent years showing up for them with sincerity. At 82, I no longer chase people who only remember me when they feel lonely themselves. I've also learned to stay away from people who make you feel emotionally unsafe. Sometimes these people are not cruel in obvious ways. They may never shout at you or openly insult you. Instead, they slowly make you doubt yourself. They dismiss your feelings. They mock your sensitivity. They make small, cutting comments disguised as jokes. And over time, you begin shrinking around them without even noticing. I once knew someone who corrected everything about me. The way I spoke, the things that made me happy, even the smallest details of who I was seemed to irritate them. And eventually, I became quieter, more careful, less myself. That's the frightening thing about emotionally unhealthy relationships. They don't always destroy you loudly. Sometimes they slowly erase parts of you in silence. And my dear, anyone who makes you feel afraid to be yourself is someone you should keep at a distance. One of the greatest lessons aging gave me was learning boundaries. Not angry walls, not bitterness, just gentle distance where necessary. For so many years I thought boundaries meant being unkind. I thought saying no meant disappointing people. So I kept stretching myself thinner and thinner, trying to be everything for everyone. But eventually, exhaustion teaches what wisdom could not. Now I understand this deeply. Every time you betray your own peace to keep someone else happy, your spirit pays the price. There's something incredibly healing about finally choosing calm over chaos, about no longer needing to explain your worth to people determined not to see it, about realizing that protecting your mental and emotional well-being is not selfish at all. It is self-respect. The older I've become, the more I value gentle people, people who speak softly to your heart, people who do not make you feel guilty for resting, people who listen without judgment, people who leave you feeling lighter instead of heavier. Real emotional maturity feels peaceful. It does not constantly leave you confused, anxious, drained, or emotionally unsafe. And perhaps that's why solitude no longer frightens me the way it once did. When I was younger, I feared loneliness so deeply that I tolerated relationships that slowly damaged my spirit. But now, I've discovered something surprising. Peaceful solitude feels far less painful than being emotionally neglected by people standing right beside you. There's a special kind of sadness in feeling unseen around those who claim to love you. But there is also deep healing in finally choosing yourself. I think many people watching this quietly struggle with people-pleasing. They smile while feeling hurt. They apologize for things that were never their fault. They keep giving chances long after their heart feels exhausted. And if that sounds familiar to you, I want you to hear this gently. You do not have to earn love by over-sacrificing yourself. The right people will not punish you for having boundaries. The right people will not make you feel guilty for protecting your peace. And the right people will never ask you to become smaller just so they can feel bigger. Life becomes softer when you stop forcing connections that no longer feel healthy. Your mind rests differently. Your body relaxes. Even ordinary moments begin feeling beautiful again. A quiet cup of tea, soft rain against the window, an honest conversation, a peaceful walk without emotional heaviness following you home. At 82 years old, I truly believe peace is one of the greatest treasures a human being can have. And sometimes protecting that peace means loving certain people from a distance, not with hatred, not with bitterness, but with wisdom. Because not every person deserves unlimited access to your heart, your energy, or your kindness forever. Some people are lessons, some are blessings, and some quietly teach you the importance of finally choosing yourself. So if life has been showing you certain truths about the people around you lately, don't ignore those feelings. Your heart notices what your mind often tries to excuse. And maybe one of the kindest things you can do for yourself is stop holding on to relationships that continuously disturb your spirit. You deserve relationships where your soul can rest. You deserve people who make life feel calmer, not heavier. And after 82 years of living, I've come to believe that protecting your inner peace may be one of the deepest forms of self-love we ever learn in this life.